So today I'm going to walk you through what is in my bag for every single portrait session that I go to. So whether this is an engagement session or a branding shoot, I'm going to walk you through just what's in my camera bag. So I personally use a Kamrette. I have their mini one actually. It fits so much. This is, I believe it's called the Mina Day Bag. They also have a larger version that's called, I think it's Kamrette Leica, I want to say. I could have gotten that wrong. I'll link both of them down in the description below. So I actually started using this because I used to have an older bag that was a side strap bag from Joe Totes. Loved it. Was great quality. But I've been using it for about 5 years and it started to show kind of like signs of wear and tear. And I would notice that after like sessions and really long wedding days, like it would hurt my back because all of the weight was kind of on one side for me. Even if I put it on one shoulder and kind of across my body, it was super heavy and kind of hard to like lug around. And so I knew I wanted to switch to something that was backpack style. This is super heavy. It has a ton of stuff in here. But what's really great is when you put it on your back, and I can actually show you, when you put it on your back, it distributes the weight super well, and so it does not feel super heavy on my actual back. And it has like these adjustable straps, so you can adjust it to be tighter or looser, or kind of just however you want it. And it's just really easy and really cute to just walk around with and have for your sessions. It makes walking upstairs super simple, and I love that it has this little handle so you can just pull it up off the ground if you need to really easily. I will say you do, in order to open it, have to lay it flat. So I'm going to show you kind of how I have it all of my gear within it and how I have all of my gear laid out. This is really full right now, so I won't take everything with me to every single session, but I'll kind of walk you through which lenses and what type of gear I take to each section, or to each session, and show you kind of how I have mine organized. Okay, so here's the bag laying flat on my office chair right now. So it's really cool because it has this one main section that is zippered, and I'll open it up in a second, but it also has these two side pockets. So it has this side pocket and it has this side pocket right here. So I usually will keep my phone. It's like the perfect size for that, in one of these two, or my car keys in there. And then it has these front two pockets as well, which store a ton of stuff. So this one goes all the way down to the bottom, and so does this one. This one goes all the way down to the bottom of the bag, so it can store a ton of different stuff in here. Let me show you how my phone fits in to the side. So I usually will store my phone in one of these, so I'll just take it and then put it right in here. It's super snug, so it doesn't fall out or anything like that. And then I usually will keep my cards in this little front pocket right here. I love that it's zippered, so I don't have to worry about this falling out. But it's also super easy to grab during a session. I don't have to open up the whole bag in order to get my cards. I'll keep a spare battery in this pocket as well. And I have a spare set of keys in here. I have been to a wedding where the videographer got locked out of his car, and that is a huge fear of mine, or like losing my car key somewhere and I can't get home. So I always keep a spare key of my car actually in this front pocket. Super easy to reach. In the second pocket, I have an extra battery charger with 4 extra batteries in here. I charge it before the session and then I pop it in there. And then if on the off chance that my batteries die or anything like that, I can still charge them while I'm at a shoot if I need to. And I also keep a spare mask in here as well because 2020/2022. And I also keep a pair of little scissors that are super helpful. That's like the best thing to have in like your kit for a wedding day, because people are always needing a pair of scissors. And I also keep a lighter in there if I need to light any like reception candles or anything like that before taking any like reception shots. So that's a little bit of what I keep in the outer pockets. For a wedding day as well, I'll bring a spool of like silk ribbon for the detail shots. And so I'll pop that into the outer, one of these outer pockets as well for weddings. So now diving into the actual bag while it's opened, it zips up super easily, and it has a ton of stuff on the inside. So it actually has a section here. This is big enough to fit an iPad in. I don't use an iPad. I wish it fit my computer. The bigger bag does fit a whole MacBook in there. I think it can fit up to like, I want to say like a 15-inch MacBook. I have a 13-inch one, and it definitely does not fit in this, but it's a really nice like pocket, and like it's really like nice and thickly padded. So if you wanted to keep an iPad in there, you totally could. And then there's this little zipper part as well. For me right now, I just have 2 extra lens caps in here. I use them as like risers for detail shots on weddings some days. And I usually for weddings as well will keep like a Band-Aid and any other like little emergency kit, things like that as well. If I have my business credit card, that'll go in this inside pocket because it's really hard for anyone to reach randomly. So that's just a little bit about these 2 pockets. Something that I forgot to actually mention about the back of the bag that has been really useful for me is it actually has this little section. It's like a little sleeve, and so you can actually put it on your like carry-on bag and like use it to transport it within an airport. I actually took this bag. I traveled with it to Nevada and Arizona, and that was super, super helpful for me. Because I could just put it on top of my suitcase and just like roll it around really easily. And so in here, there are a bunch of different sections. It comes with these little inserts that are totally customizable. Like you can see this. And so you can configure it in any way that you want to. So I just pulled out this camera strap. I usually attach this at the beginning of a shoot. It's a little harder for me to fit the actual camera frame in there with this on, so I just unscrew it and then put it back on every single time. And I will usually take, to any given shoot, I will take my main body, so this guy. This is my Nikon D750, so this goes right into this bottom section right here. And then I'll also take a backup body. So this is my older camera body. That's not full frame, but it's a Nikon D5000. And so I'll take this body as well. So just in case something happens to the main one, I always have a backup with me no matter what type of shoot I'm at. And then for a normal portrait session, I will usually take 3 lenses. So I will take my trusty 50mm. This is the Sigma 1.4. And I will also take a 35, and the filter is cracked. The actual lens is not cracked. I need to get the filter off. It's just like cross-threaded and it won't come off, and that's super fun. You can't see it in the photos though, so it's all great. So I'll take my 35, and I will take my Nikon 85 as well. So for engagement sessions, I will also take a macro lens, and so I usually don't bring flash with me to an engagement session, so that macro lens will go in this little slot right here. But for brand shoots, I do take my flashes. So it's kind of crazy because this bag will fit the 2 camera bodies, 3 lenses, and 2 of my flashes. So these 2 guys are in this pocket right here, and there's enough space for like the 2 triggers as well that go on top of those, or go on the bottom of those flashes. My flash stands are always in the trunk of my car. I have like a bag with like 3 or 4 of them, and even for weddings, I don't take my flash stands out of my trunk at home. Like I just leave them in my car trunk. So those are always with me. So this fits 3 lenses, 2 camera bodies, and the 2 flashes and the triggers if I pack it really neatly. And I actually also have an extra like camera battery charger as well that I can fit in here. So this is one that will plug into your computer, and I actually will fit a larger one that just plugs into the wall. That actually fits into this guy right here. So I can take a ton of stuff with me to any given session. I also have a little portable hard drive that's like a solid state one, so it doesn't like, if you move it around and jostle it, it doesn't corrupt the files. My brother got this for me as a gift, and it's something that I use all the time. I have the Rave Power one. I don't know if it's called Rave Power or RAV Power, but it's this little guy, and I think it's like 512 gigs, I want to say, or a terabyte, I can't remember, and it has this little guy. And so this guy just goes on top of like anything, or I can like put it into this pocket right here or keep it in the outer pocket, but that way I have a hard drive with me as well when I travel. So let's look at everything that I have in my bag. For branding sessions, this is exactly what it takes. So I'll take the 2 camera bodies, my 35, my 85, and my 50 millimeter, and then 2 flashes with the 2 triggers. My flashes, if you're wondering, I have one Nikon master flash. So this is the SB900. That's usually what's on my main camera body for me, since it controls the other flashes. And then my other speed lights, I use the Yongnuo brand, and so this is the Speedlight YN568EX. And they're a little bit cheaper than like the Canon or the Nikon ones, and this is what I keep on my off-camera flash. So I have 2 other speed lights, but I take those with me to weddings. I don't generally take more than 2 flashes to a branding session. And like I mentioned, for an engagement session, I will take the 35, 85, well, the 35, 50, and 85, and the macro lens. If I know I am going to some place where I'm not going to need my 35 millimeter, that's probably the one that I use the least for engagement sessions, unless I am in like DC near the monuments and I need a really wide shot. So sometimes I won't take the 35, but it kind of just depends on the session. Any other type of like grad session, I would do 35, 50, and 85. I don't generally bring my macro lens to those. And for weddings, I have all 3 of these. I have the macro lens in a roller think tank bag. It's like a suitcase, but it is padded and can keep extra stuff. So I can just tell you what I have in there real quick as well, in case you're wondering. I'll do a separate video of how I have the think tank packed for a wedding day, but just as like here's what I have in there. I usually have all of this stuff. I have 2 extra flashes and 2 extra triggers for those flashes. I have my macro lens, and I have a 24 to 70 lens in there as well. And I have a giant battery charger. It charges like up to 16 batteries at a time. And I have the charger for my backup body as well, with extra batteries for the backup. I have extra batteries for my main camera in there. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I have a bunch of like random wedding day like kind of kit related things. So like command hook is in there. I keep a wooden, what's it called? I keep a wooden hanger in there as well that has like little notches if the bride doesn't have a good hanger for her dress. So I keep a ton of different stuff in there as well, in addition to all of this. And so one day I'll make a video of that. I also keep an extra like snack in there too, just in case I get hangry on wedding days. So that one is massive and carries a ton of stuff. But I will usually keep that kind of parked in a place. But all of the stuff that I would need to like actively shoot any part of the day, I'll make sure that that is all packed into this little bag here, because this stays with me on me like at all times throughout a wedding day. So for the beginning part of the day, I'll have my macro lens in here, and then after I'm done with the details, I will swap that out and put like the 35 back in here, or put like the 24 to 70 if I'm going to need it, or anything like that. So that's an overview of how I pack my bag. I absolutely love it. I will have a link to the bags down below. They're Kamrette. That's what they're called, with a K. It's Kamrette. And I hope that this video was helpful. Be sure to like this if you loved it, and hit subscribe if you want to see videos like this every single week. I release a new one every single Monday, all on behind the scenes of how I run my photography business. Be sure to follow along on Instagram for more like fun, like day-to-day stuff. I share a lot of like behind the scenes on there as well. I'm at Manali Sontake, right up here on the side, right up here on the screen. And I would love to follow along with you as well. So be sure to check that out, and shoot me a DM if you have anything that you want me to cover on my YouTube and my podcasts, because I would love to record for you guys. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye. If you're loving this episode, I would love for you to swipe a page or 2 out of my free resources library. I have a free class all on the systems you need to quickly grow your photography business. I cover 3 key systems that you need in place to be able to grow your business and triple your wedding bookings and go full-time in less than 1 year. I also have another quick little freebie just for you. I am letting you swipe my booked wedding client questionnaire. Whenever I have a wedding client book, I always do a little happy dance and then personalize their client experience with this questionnaire. It gets me all of the details that I need right up front, right when they book, and sets me up not only to figure out what sets me apart from other people in the market, figure out more details about them and personalize their wedding experience, and help start planning out their engagement session and more. Be sure to go to manaliphotography.com or see the show notes to grab either one of these 2 freebies, and I can't wait to see how it helps you grow your business.